everybody. Welcome to the webinar that we're going to be broadcasting today from 2 locations. I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of their busy weekend and joining us here for something very special. My name is Jake Cunningham. My company, White Dove Global Marketing, is partnering and working with the Albuquerque Natural Health Center and Louise Swartzwalter to help produce another webinar for you. And we are really grateful. We want to extend that right away for you joining us and registering for the event. For those of you who aren't able to attend and are viewing the replay, we also welcome you and thank you for your commitment. Real quick, what I would like to do is go over a little bit of technical solutions and troubleshooting, just in case the connection in the live stream through this Google Hangout platform seems to be slowing down or static or something stops. The number one solution is to simply exit, say goodbye, close out on the tab in your browser and re-enter the room. You can re-enter the link that was sent to you previously in your inbox, or you can copy the Google Plus Hangout link right now and then just save it in case you need to do that. That's the number one tip when it comes to your self-troubleshooting. Also, another tip and something that a tool you can use throughout the webinar is take advantage of the chat room, and that's going to be on your right-hand side here, where you should be able to chat. I enabled chat, and I'm right now going to say welcome everybody. Welcome everyone to the webinar. And you can then chat. This is where you can also ask questions along the way, and Luis will take time throughout the webinar or more at the end of the webinar to answer specific questions pertaining to some of the 7 secrets to a beautiful, amazing, beautiful you in 2015. So welcome everybody. My name is Jake Cunningham. I'm your tech producer. I want to introduce and welcome Luis. Luis and I have been working for the past, decade. It's been 10 years plus in the biofeedback arena, yet we've also been collaborating over the years on certain webinars that offer some great, let's say, tips and advice and wisdom for you and for our network. And we really appreciate you being here and sharing this information, because this is information we want to get out there. What makes Luis different and why I really, how can I say this, how I really just am grateful for the opportunity to work with Luis is that the information that she shares and the teaching and the wisdom that she leads us to find is information that isn't just something she applies in her practice or at the Albuquerque Natural Health Center. It's not something she just does for, let's say, a job. This information and this journey and her personal story is a story that's very intimate, and these lessons and the information you're about to hear tonight and today or this morning, whenever you hear this, where you are, is because she's lived it. She's practiced this. She's put this into practice. And that expertise and that mastery, if you will, is what's really profound. So I just, again, give you big kudos for reinvesting and sharpening your saw today. And it's a real honor and pleasure to be part of this. So without further ado, let me introduce Luis. Luis, take it away from here.
Oh, thank you so much, Jake. I so appreciate you and just love working with you. We've had so much fun over the last decade here, the last 10 years. I can't believe it's 10 years. So thank you all for being here today, everybody. I'm very excited to bring this webinar to you, and it is something that I've kind of lived through. So I asked myself, what gives me the ability to talk about anti-aging with all of you, and actually it's my own path. I kind of lived it. So I'm excited to get started with you here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen so that you can see the PowerPoint. This is the 7 secrets to a beautiful, amazing you. Okay. All right, let's start the slideshow. Okay, the 7 secrets to a beautiful, amazing you. And like I said, I kind of lived this. So I'll go into that a little bit. The rise of the baby boomer. So actually born between 1946 and 1964, there were approximately 450 million baby boomers. Some of you out there might actually be one of these baby boomers. The over 50 segment is the fastest growing global population, and it's predicted life expectancies are historically high. So in the United States alone, someone turns 50 once every 7 seconds. Isn't that amazing statistics? Over the next few years, 50% of Europe's population will be age 65 or older. We definitely need to be taking a look at our aging population and what we need to do to help all of us stay healthy as we're aging here. So how do we age? After age 30, we begin to experience signs of aging, which include maybe some graying hair, some wrinkling of the skin, some pain, some fatigue, a lowered immune function, and vision loss. Scientists believe that how we live determines how we age. It's our lifestyle. You know, genetics is a piece of this, but it's more how we live. So genetic expression is affected by our diet, by the environment, affects our immune system, affects our hormones. We're going to go into a lot more of this coming up here in a minute. So it's free radicals. It's those highly charged molecules that disrupt the normal cellular process and damage our cells. So how do we keep these free radicals from playing havoc with our cells? And what really are they? Free radicals are just all actually caused by all the chemicals and environmental things that we're exposed to in our world. And so it's about detoxing. So we're going to talk about detoxing. So many of you know my story, and maybe some of you don't. But how I got on this whole path of even the whole health world, the whole natural health world, and the biofeedback world, is I had 14 mercury fillings removed in one day. And I was already had chronic fatigue, and my immune system was compromised, and I was kind of doctor hopping at the time looking for answers. And what happened after that is my body couldn't handle detoxing all of that mercury. And so I became allergic to many chemicals and foods. And I was even sensitive to electromagnetic fields. So I have slept in bathtubs. I've slept in my car. Many of you who may have friends, or maybe you have experienced Lyme disease, I had lots of labels. So it was Lyme disease, it was multiple sclerosis, it was chemical sensitivity, it was fibromyalgia. And I look at those as just labels. And so really they are just labels because the medical profession is trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And so I know this resonates with some of you out there. You've gone to the doctor and they say it's all in your head. So it was really my path of healing that was my biggest teacher. And what I had to learn to do was how to detox those heavy metals and the pathogens that come in to clean them up. So candida, or a fungus, it's called candida, it's like a fungus, and it lives in our body. And we all have some. Well, candida comes into the body to clean up heavy metals, particularly mercury. So I was overloaded with candida. So I had to detox. I stayed even off of fruit for 2 years. I had no sugar, no fruit, no dairy, no wheat. There's a lot that you can do and a lot that I can teach you if you're looking at getting healthier and feeling optimally healthy. And so that's the path that I'm speaking of, and that's what I mean when I think about anti-aging and feeling good and feeling vibrant. It's all about that. So I actually only have one picture of me that I saved when I was sick, and it's the one there in the top left. And I'm not at the hospital. I'm in my house. This was in a bedroom upstairs in Schaumburg, Illinois, and that's how I would get when they sprayed the lawns in my neighborhood with herbicide, which is Agent Orange. Herbicide to kill the weeds is Agent Orange. Okay, another name for it is Roundup. Okay, Dr. Shealy just talked about glyphosate, which is the ingredient in it, which is killing people, okay? And it was killing me. So from that picture, when I was able to get up and be around, I was so angry that I ended up working with the mayor to sue the state of Illinois on a pesticide issue because I was so mad about what I saw them doing to so many people. And now we have GMO foods where they're in our foods. So again, you want to stay away from pesticides and chemicals. I'll talk more about that. So, and that bottom picture was in 1998, and I was at a car show in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was the first time I could travel, and a friend said, you need to take a picture with that red car and that Ferrari. So now it's funny because here I am telling all of my group, all of my clients, that I like to run my body like it's a Ferrari. So I want to run high speed all the time. So you actually have a unique opportunity to receive some anti-aging frequencies to balance and harmonize and raise your vibration daily. So I do some energy work, and we're going to do some a little bit later in this webinar for you to experience this. So you can have your top health, your optimization of all of your cells. So I do the brain, I work on the spine, I'm able to give energetic eye lifts, face lifts, cellulite zaps, a lot of skin work, and DNA optimization. I developed a program called My Beautiful Balanced Brain, and so it is a biofeedback type frequency program that sends frequency, and it's not just sound frequency, it actually has a matching tool and amazing powerful results. So this was just some people in last groups who said after 2 sessions they could feel the difference. Those anti-aging sessions left me feeling lighter and thinner, if only by just a smidge, less wrinkled and less orange peely cellulite, if those are words. I can't wait for the next one. And I had several people email me and tell me their face looks younger and they're not frowning anymore, or their sister thought they had a facelift. Don't we look fabulous, everyone? So even with mustaches on, you can look great. We had a crazy Christmas photo booth this year, and so we took some pictures. Those are mostly clients. Julia, who answers the phone for me, is amazing. One of my office assistants is on the right there, and so you see myself and Linda and Bill and Lori. So what are the secrets to optimal health? So again, this is what I discovered from my own path of healing, and what I realized is I was doing all of this. And then when I started researching more about anti-aging and being healthy, I found the same or similar steps, maybe named something different, but they were all of these steps. And so the first thing is you want to look at your nutrition and what supplements you're taking. The second thing is creating a non-toxic environment. The third thing is an exercise program. Whether you're rebounding on a trampoline, whether you're doing yoga, tai chi, moving lymph, walking, any sport activity. So that's the third part. That's the third secret to anti-aging. The fourth one is great sleep and spiritual practices. So getting good sleep is important. And everyone needs a different number of hours of sleep. So it's not a set, I need 8 hours. The fifth thing is hormonal imbalance. So as we age, we're not making as many hormones, or they get out of balance. So we need to do hormone balance. The sixth one is stress reduction. It's mind-body connection. This is your biofeedback, your frequency medicine, any kind of quantum energy healing. And energy healing is working so much more strongly today than in the past. So working in the energy field, and that's because now we know stuff starts in the field. So the more energy work that you can do on yourself and the tools that you can learn, and I teach a lot of those tools, the healthier you'll be. And the seventh one is really important as well, and that's detoxing. And that's detoxification of your body and your skin. So we're going to go into all those steps right now. So secret number one is anti-aging foods and supplements. You want to be thinking about digestion, dehydration, and circulation. So what I often see clinically is what the first sign is inflammation in the body, and people are not digesting well. And so digestion at age 50 is not going to be the same as it was when you were 20. So my example to people is you and I, if we're up in those years, it's not likely that we can go to a fast food restaurant, eat a big meal, have greasy fries, go have a beer, and then have ice cream on top of it and be okay. Our stomach is not going to feel okay. And yet at age 20 we might have been able to do that. Okay, so there's changes that happen in our body, and there's ways to optimize that. The first thing you want to think of is drinking filtered water and bathing or showering in filtered water. We get more chlorine and chemicals than you do in a bath or in a shower than you do if you drink tap water, because your skin is your largest organ and it is absorbing that. So many people say to me, yes, I drink filtered water. I go buy it at the store, or I have a water filter on my kitchen sink or on my refrigerator. But they forget about the shower and they forget about the bath. So I just want to point out to you that shower filters are pretty inexpensive. They're like $43. So look that up. Get a shower filter for yourself. Your skin and your hair and your nails and your body, you will feel better, especially if you have thyroid issues. So if you have thyroid issues, chlorine and fluorine and bromine put the thyroid out of balance. And so you want to make sure you're using a shower filter. Eat organic foods all you can. The more organic you can eat, the healthier you're going to be. There's GMO foods out there, and you definitely want to stay away from genetically modified foods. You can look those up online, but some of the main ones are soy and corn, so you want to stay away from those. Fiber, getting enough fiber. So you could put ground flax seeds into meats, into cereal, into shakes, or whole steel cut oats, or do colon cleanses. So you want to make sure that you're going to the bathroom. If you're not, then you've got a problem, and you definitely want to add some more fiber. That just means you're toxic. Probiotics is another really important piece of being healthy and anti-aging. Probiotics is just another name for the good bacteria that's in yogurt, it's in kefir, it's in sour cream, in sauerkraut, it's in cultured vegetables. If you live here in Albuquerque, I'm going to be teaching how to make cultured vegetables at Vitamin Cottage on February 28th, so it's a Saturday morning. So come and see that. That's amazing. And I will send you guys recipes on that. So if anyone emails me and you want the recipe on how to do that, I can send that to you. Omega-3 oils, they nourish the brain, the heart, the joints, and more. Incredibly important. I have a lot of questions about this from people. They say, well, what's a good fish oil? I have one of my own, so I have my own brand, which is the Albuquerque Natural Health Center brand that they've done testing on. There's also Nordic Naturals is a good one. Carlson isn't too bad, but some of the Costco brands and some of those brands of fish oil are going to have heavy metals in them, and you don't want to use those. Okay, they're full with mercury. So you got to find a good company that can really produce a good omega-3 oil. Also have questions about krill oil. Is krill better? Everybody's different. You want to test it. Okay, so I'm just going to say that everybody's different, and we also want to just test it and see what's best for you. Minerals and green superfoods. So minerals make all your enzymes work in your body. So you need minerals. Our soils are depleted, and so even if you're eating organic foods or you're eating some greens, you may not be getting all the minerals you need. If you're juicing greens like kale and mustard greens and dandelion greens and doing some green superfoods like that, you may be getting enough minerals if you're absorbing it. So everything is about absorption. The next part of nutrition is digestive enzymes. Some folks actually need two types. And let me explain that. So briefly, hydrochloric acid is made in the stomach, and it digests meats and proteins. Burping up, GERD it's called, heartburn, is usually lack of enough hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So it's called betaine hydrochloric acid, and there's different brands out there. And again, I usually muscle test things. So many people may need that. The other part of digestion is just a broad spectrum good digestive enzyme like Digest Gold. I have one. And again, I'm naming these for you so that you can look at your big pile of stuff that you probably have on your counter because you're going, what do I need? What do I not need? I got this from my chiropractor. I got this from this doctor. I got this from this doctor. And so I want you to know what's out there and what's good for you and what you really do need as a minimum. There's different enzymes. Amylase digests the carbohydrates, protease digests proteins, and lipase digests fats. If someone wants to lose weight, and they have fat on their body, they may need a regular broad-spectrum digestive enzyme, and in addition, add some lipase. So I have a good lipase that I like too. Anyway, so that's a way to do that. The next thing in line when we look about anti-aging or feeling better or optimal health is antioxidants. And the antioxidants are needed to detox the chemicals in our world. They keep your liver, your gallbladder, and your kidney functioning properly. Here's just some examples. CoQ10, alpha-lipoic acid, vitamin C, garlic. There's many, many others. I'll be talking about some more coming up here in a minute. But I don't think many of us have the capability in our body to detox all that we're exposed to. So you may need to tweak it a little bit, and that's where antioxidants come in. So this is kind of a minimum when you think about foods and supplements. I call these the basics. And so what I just referred to on this last slide were 3 important basics: minerals, fish oil, and probiotics. Most people need those. If you're getting that, that's a good start. Okay, and I have my brand, and you actually can go to the website. I think there's a code there. You can get some money off on that right now. So you'll save about $34. So there are ways to get this. There's other ones out there too. I also like liquid minerals. So I just want you to know what's there and what's possible, because everything is going to be about absorption. I should say that in all my products I put frequency in them, so I find that people don't have to take as many and they digest them better because I put extra digestive enzymes and probiotics in every single batch when they come in. So it's kind of cool. Another super awesome antioxidant is glutathione and resveratrol. Now glutathione, I have a personal story about glutathione. So glutathione is in every cell of your body. It's the strong antioxidant that keeps all your cells running smoothly. It's an enzyme that's made in the liver. And so many of us don't have, especially people who are chemically sensitive or were like myself, I didn't make enough glutathione. So I had liver testing done with a medical doctor and found out that when I took a caffeine pill, the first phase of my liver worked to change it to a different chemical, and the second phase of my liver would not kick it out. So it ended up floating around in my body and making me more toxic. And that's what happens to many of us. Well, at that time, and this was, what, 1993 or 94, I ended up in a sauna program for 5 weeks, sweating out all the chemicals and heavy metals through my skin, my largest organ, because my kidney and liver really weren't optimal. They weren't working at that time. And my doctor did glutathione drips, meaning I had an IV with glutathione, I think once a week, maybe twice a week during that whole process. I learned then that glutathione isn't absorbed very well. I kept asking him if I could take these capsules I was taking, and I wanted to take more. And he said, can I go up to 6 a day? And later I learned that it isn't absorbed, again, everything is absorption through the gut very well, and that we need to get it in a stable form. Well, the company that I work with that helps make my vitamins, that makes my supplements, had a way to stabilize glutathione. And I was like, you're kidding, I want to make that. Let's do it. So I was so excited. And so I've had quite a few people who have had Lyme and who have sensitivities who have said to me, don't stop carrying this. This is the best glutathione I've ever used. And it was that for me too. So what it does is it conjugates heavy metals. It's a powerful antioxidant. It protects proteins from oxidation. It helps preserve the mitochondria in the cell. It promotes production of energy units in the body. It protects the epithelial lining of the gut. It promotes T cell function. It helps prevent the oxidation of antioxidants such as vitamin C and E. So it activates the enzymes in your methylation process, which just means how you detox. The methylation process is another big discussion, but it's basically how we conjugate, how we get rid of those heavy metals, the chemicals that we're exposed to in our world. Resveratrol is in red wine, and so you can actually buy that as a supplement too. I have one in my office called Nano Green Tea that has the resveratrol in it, and that is definitely on all the lists as an anti-aging supplement. And so I have questions from people, and I go, well, then does that mean I can drink red wine? Good question. The alcohol that's actually in the red wine may not be good for many of us. And so I'm not going to say that the 80-20 rule isn't good here. 80% of the time you're doing what you need to do, and on Saturday night you have a glass of red wine. Okay, probably going to be okay depending on your health and depending on you. So everybody's different. Again, great food sources. So you want to look at all the colors. You want to be thinking about foods that are rich in beta-carotene and other carotenoids like carrots and orange peppers. So orange, red, yellow fruits and vegetables. Vitamins, rich in well, I think that was vitamin C it was supposed to say. Foods rich in vitamin C, all the fruits and veggies that are rich in vitamin C. Vitamin E would be in the oils and the seeds. Foods high in bioflavonoids would be lemons and oranges and citrus fruits. You want to do a variety. They say that people eat about 14 common foods, and that's it. They don't rotate. So the more variety, the better. The second secret is a non-toxic environment. So the nervous system, the attention deficit disorders, the Parkinson's disease, leukemia, lymphoma, asthma, heart attack, seizures, they're all caused in part by pesticides and herbicides and heavy metals and the food additives that we consume. So again, it is going to be about those antioxidants and making sure you detox this stuff. Was it Mercola? I think Dr. Mercola just had an article out about Parkinson's disease and how it's definitely connected to pesticides. And I have seen that clinically for years. Okay? So, again, don't be using those chemicals around your house. We'll talk about that. It's predicted that our young people will have degenerative diseases that we see in elderly because of the toxicity in our world. So what I see is a lot of heavy metals in people, whether it's lead, arsenic, mercury, copper, nickel, silver, gold, and the list goes on. So it's going to be about detoxing those. Later on in life, when your brain doesn't work as well, and you all know I love working on the brain because I know when we balance the nervous system, when we balance the brain, you're all going to be healthier. That was my quest. That was my own path of healing, and so I've worked hard at figuring that out. Not for me first. I mean, I had to work on myself first, and then now I can see it in all of my clients. So there are ways to detox that. If you have questions about that, please ask me, make an appointment, come and see me, whatever we need to do to get you feeling better. Here's some alternatives. So instead of using that pest control company, again, I can't tell you how many people I've seen over the years who have had breast cancer or some kind of cancer, and they tell me that they spray their house once a month for bugs. Stop. You don't need that stuff. You can use borax, diatomaceous earth. Borax is actually a laundry detergent, and so that's a little picture of it there. It's called borax, 20-multein borax. That will, if you sprinkle that around the perimeter of your house, that will help control bugs, especially ants and cockroaches. So boric acid would actually be used by an aware pest control company instead of chemicals if you're working with them. But be careful, because a lot of those pest control companies will tell you that their product is organic. And organic just means anything with a carbon atom. So you want to make sure you're asking good questions. Use eucalyptus oil, cayenne pepper, peppermint. Peppermint oil will all detract bugs. And then ask them to leave. You can draw chalk around the property and say, just get out, you're not allowed in here. You also want to switch to natural laundry detergent like 7th Generation, Lifetree, some of those. They even have a natural bleach. So Clorox is chlorine, and chlorine is dioxin, and dioxin is a component that's in Agent Orange. You don't want to be using bleach. If you're breathing in bleach and you're tired, you're putting your thyroid gland out of balance. So another story, I had a woman who ended up at Mayo Clinic even looking to see why she had these chronic sinus problems. When she came to see me, we figured it out. She had 2 boys in baseball, and she was washing their uniforms in Clorox all the time because they had white uniforms. And her laundry room was next to her kitchen. So she was breathing in all that chlorine, and that chlorine, that dioxin that's in chlorine, attracted whipworm, which is a parasite that affects sinuses. So again, here's that chemical connection to pathogens in the body. I see that all the time. You want to use natural cleaning products, dishwashing detergent. Borax and baking soda and sea salt mixed together. We mix it into like an old big container that you'd buy shakes in, like a protein shake mix. And so I mix borax, baking soda, and sea salt and use that for cleaning sinks and toilets. White vinegar instead of fabric softener, because fabric softener contains mercury, will work great at softening your clothes. Realize that the reason fabric softener even came on the market is because we started using polyester, and so polyester and plastics in our clothing, and so they stick, they cling in the dryer, and cotton doesn't do that. Cotton and natural products won't do that. The third secret is exercise. So you want to be thinking strength training, resistance training. It's critical to anti-aging. So many of you have heard this. You want to be lifting weights. You want to build muscle. The more muscle you have, the more fat your body will burn, even at rest. So it's those twisting forces on your bones that actually causes them to get stronger and denser. And that will prevent bone loss as you age. Strength training also helps with blood sugar control, and muscle burns sugar when we're active. So the muscle will use the sugar in the bloodstream more readily as that form of energy if you're doing some strength training. Other part of exercise is flexibility. So this is any kind of yoga or stretching, and of course aerobics. And the recommendations for minimal cardiovascular training are that an individual needs to get their heart rate up to 80% of their age. So take 220 minus your age in years, and you want to keep that heart rate up there for approximately 15 to 20 minutes 3 times per week. Okay, so an example, if you weigh 220 and you're 51, you want to keep your heart rate at 169 for 20 minutes 3 times a week. Examples, you guys all know examples of exercise: yoga, tai chi, dancing, bike riding, hiking, walking, swimming, any kind of sports. Basically, sweating is good. So any kind of sweaty activity will help you. When we sweat, we lose toxins through our skin. After you sweat, though, you want to take a shower and get it off of you right away. So when I exercise or work out, or even when I'm in my garden working hard, in the summer, I like to work up a sweat and then come in and take a shower. The fourth secret is sleep. You want restful sleep. So it's important for a healthy mind, body, spirit, but everybody needs something different. Generally, 6 to 8 hours is enough for most folks. It may be helpful to come up with a bedtime routine. So if you have that mind that won't shut off, and you need to do something before you go to bed, I suggest you turn off the computer and the TV, get a meditation practice going, do mind gems, which are little exercises, and I can send you these. So if you're new to this call, please email me. I'll give you my email. It's Louise Swartz, SWARTS, @MSN.com, and ask me, because I can send you those. Okay, they're awesome. You can pray, take a bath, have sleepy time tea, listen to a relaxing CD, anything to make sure you're getting good sleep. So if you're not sleeping, call me. Let's figure it out. Okay, often circulation and organ imbalances are part of a physical issue. So they can be that circulation is a problem with sleep. So you may have some circulatory issues going on. The monkey mind that keeps going is often an emotional issue that we need to release. So if you can't let go of a thought and it keeps perseverating and it's keeping you up all night, let's clear that. We can clear that. The fifth secret is hormone balancing. And there's lots of hormone creams out there, and they're all different. Many of you may be using something called bioidentical hormones, where you actually go to a qualified doctor who can test your hormone levels Probably the best way that I have found to do it is with a saliva sample. And so I've done that myself where I've sent in saliva and found out where my hormone levels are, so I know if I need more estrogen or more testosterone or more progesterone. And so those bioidentical hormones can be very valuable. What I've seen with that, again, clinically, is that people don't get them tested enough. So they get their little cream, and then they use that for like 5 years, and they don't go back and get them retested, and our bodies change. So it won't keep you in balance anymore unless you're kind of keeping up with that. So, whether it's once a year your practitioner wants to see you or once every 2 years, but I would say at least once a year, if not once every 6 months. Evening primrose oil is a wonderful oil to help balance hormones. Feminine support, that's my product that I like a lot. People have done really well on that. Dong Quai, saw pimento. Zinc is important. So not just for hormone balancing, but for immune system, for blood sugar, and certainly for men, even more than women, although we all need it. Men need more because prostate issues warrant zinc. Okay? Zinc plus vitamin C is what they have found in semen, in men's semen. And so vitamin C and zinc are hugely important. And it is a catalyst for 145 enzymes. Clinically, what I see is anorexia nervosa, bulimia, all that is related to lack of zinc. So some of those food issues can be, not in every case, but can be lack of zinc. Dr. Susan Lark is a gynecologist in California. She actually said that the best way to balance hormones was using biofeedback. So she had, been working with hormone balancing for women for years. She went on to say that, a lot of hormone balancing is about emotions. So she found that it was balancing the emotions on the biofeedback device that helped put people's hormones back in balance. And certainly exercise will help as well. After age 50, we all need progesterone. And actually, this is Dr. Shealy's work. He said even men after the age of 50 probably need some progesterone. And progesterone is the feel-good hormone. It helps us feel good. Okay. PMS symptoms are often related to liver issues. So when I have people who get hot flashes, whoops, sorry about that. People who get hot flashes, I always have to look both at the liver and the hypothalamus. And so we have to detox the chemicals and the heavy metals. That's part of it. Balance hormones. And the hypothalamus is the part of the brain that regulates things like sleeping and if you're hungry. And it tells the rest of the glands what to do. So the hypothalamus and the pituitary in the brain teach the rest of the body what to do. So we're looking at those organs to balance. Endometriosis. Endometriosis is response to Hannah Kroger's Women's Gold is helpful, and wormwood. So it's often about detoxing parasites and candida. So you want to check parasites and candida. And again, what heavy metal, what chemical is someone being exposed to? Thyme tea is very good for this. Don't eat any carbs. And there's a lot more we can do with that specifically. But you don't have to suffer with that. Take a good antioxidant such as alpha-lipoic acid, CoQ10, or Hannah Kroger's Chemex. So those are things I have found that have been helpful. High cholesterol, you want to check dehydration, you want to check heavy metals, you want to check free radicals, you want to check candida, and of course inflammation. High cholesterol I often see as an issue if people are eating too much sugar. What's interesting about cholesterol, and that's a whole nother topic that we could do just one whole big webinar on, is we need cholesterol to make hormones. So we want to have cholesterol in our body. If you're taking some of those cholesterol medications, you're probably fatigued and not healthy. So the imbalance indicates a need to actually cleanse the body. So we want to take a look at that. So rather than doing a quick Band-Aid fix, again, I like to look at the cause. So I want you all to know out there that there's a cause and we can help with that. Seek Number 6 is stress reduction, and then any kind of work with mind-body connection. And I know that all of you, all of you on this call, I think many of you are already aware and doing some of those mind-body connection techniques like meditation or prayer or whatever you're using, or yoga. But DNA is not a fixed code. It's actually a variable code. So you want to think of your DNA as sending out a signal of your subconscious intention. Scientists have found that our DNA does emit a signal of photon light. So our DNA is like a lighthouse that's always broadcasting what we feel. It's a vibration. So everything is vibration. So that's why I find when I'm working with people and I'm using energy work and I'm using my programs that I actually can shift the DNA. Why is it that, somebody's husband is in the group, they're in the Beautiful Amazing You group, which is a long distance frequency group, and after, 6 weeks in the group, I get a call that says, my husband's kidney stones are gone. Well, I'm working on the DNA. I'm changing the vibration. Changing the vibration of your entire field, it's changing your situation. It's helping your whole physical body heal as well. So what I found is we heal in the spaces, and the spaces are your spiritual body. And the spaces, if you think about space, we have space between all your organs. We have space between your heart and your lungs. We have spaces between all the little crevices in your brain. There's spaces between these words on the page. There's spaces between the letters on the page. So the masters in China have found that we heal in the spaces, and the spaces are your spiritual body. I found that my technique, Brain Soul Balancing, and you guys can get that ebook. So that ebook is free right now on my website. So go to my website and get the ebook and download it. It's a technique of releasing the brain-soul connection, and it helps balance your soul body. It's amazing. I have done more with that in the last 3 years here than I wish I would have known that years ago. So it just would have catapulted everyone's healing if I knew that years ago. It's just amazing. So a powerful suggestion. We all come into this world with a purpose and a mission. Your existence is not by chance. Okay? And without a wound, you couldn't have the sacred enlightening experience that your soul signed up to have on earth. So all of you out there, if you are at all feeling like, oh, woe is me, or why did this happen to me, your wound is there for a reason, and I want to help you release that victim stance. Because we've got to turn that around for you to really manifest and use your gifts the way God intended you to use them. God gave you gifts to use, and your job is to use those gifts. So your willingness to be a warrior for healing your past means you care about you. If you're on this webinar, you care about you. You're ready to look inside. You're ready to find that true balance, that peace in your heart, and release that past emotional pain so you can raise your vibration and actually manifest your joy, abundant, loving, fulfilling life. So we're going to experience a clearing here in a second. You can choose to vibrate at a higher frequency. So I want you to be aware of the power of the spoken word. So what we say is what we get. Okay, if you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, my joints hurt. Oh, my knees hurt. Oh, guys, I don't feel so good today. Wow, I'm really tired today. Gee, am I going to be able to make it today? Do you hear that self-talk? It's not like we all haven't done that. We all have. But if we can turn it around right away and reframe that and do something to shift it and get out of bed every morning with, wow, man, what a great day. I'm feeling good. I'm allowing healing on every level this day. So here's a good way to begin affirmations. I allow blank. Or I have the courage to be or do blank. So I want you all just take a minute and fill in the blank. What are you allowing yourself to do today? And what do you have the courage to be or do? I want you to hold those thoughts because we're going to use them here in a minute. So other ways to raise your vibration might be essential oils, Australian bush essences, color therapy, music. Miura is a little tincture, actually Hannah Kroger tincture that helps clear emotions and keeps your auric field clear. Pulsatilla works on the lack of emotional stability. Garlic removes obsessions in the blood. And dark forces don't like cedar, eucalyptus oil, cinnamon, or sea salt. The last couple weeks I've had the cinnamon candles out every day. Feels like people have more attachments, more entities, more dark forces that are coming in. Had a woman who came in and she's in her 30s and she had incredible leg pain. It's almost like she could not bend her leg at the hip. She said, I have to keep my legs straight, and I don't know what happened. I said, and she has horses. I said, were you riding your horses? She goes, no, I didn't fall down. I don't even know what I did. It was an entity. It was an energy that came in that caused that pain. When we released the energy of that, and I did some sound therapy with the biofeedback program I have with my brain program, it completely shifted and she was fine. So some of that stuff that you're feeling, if you are feeling like you have pain somewhere, and I can feel that out there, you guys, somebody has that, we just want to release that, okay? So we don't need to hold on to that. So is that pain? Is that suffering? There's suffering out there. So where's the suffering? The suffering is in the heart? No, the suffering is in the brain. The suffering's in the brain. Hypothalamus, pituitary. So we're going to release the suffering that's in the brain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. So what we believe and conceive, we will achieve. So it's the power of belief. So feelings of gratitude release positive endorphins throughout the body, creating health. So the more you can be in grace and doing your graceful thing, your grateful thing, writing a grateful note, saying to yourself, I'm grateful for, and say 3 things a day, everything will shift for you. That's the cover of the Brain Soul Balancing ebook. So that's free right now on the website, so go download that. You will be happy you did. The 7th secret is detoxing your body. And again, I'm briefly going into things here. I want you all to know that this could be a whole big topic in itself, even for a weekend class. It's just huge. But basically, when we detox the physical body, we really want to look at making sure we're addressing mineral deficiencies and rebuilding. It's going to be about the chemical and metal poisons that bind in your tissues and attract parasites and viruses, and they have an affinity for the nervous system. So an example would be herpes virus. People who have herpes say, I can never get rid of herpes. That's what I've been told. I find that we can, or at least keep it way, way under control, push it down so it's not there anymore, and you don't end up with those mouth sores or genital sores. So it's a couple of homeopathic remedies, but we address where it is because it's often in the nervous system. So if you give a remedy for the nervous system at the same time you do a metal remedy and a pathogen remedy, you're going to be clearing it out of where it's stuck. If you just take a herb for herpes, you might have relief, you'll get it gone, but in 6 months, a year, 2 years later, it's going to come back. That's because you didn't address it where it was. Okay, and they're not going to show up in a blood test because they're in the nerves. So that's the issue, is we got to look for where it actually is and find a way to detox that. So what does cleansing really look like? And I have had many questions because everybody, the calendar turns to a new year and people are like, oh, I want to do a cleanse. Should I cleanse my liver? What should I do? And I always say start with the colon. You've got to get your colon clean out first because otherwise things will back up and you'll get sick. So the first thing you want to do is go to organic foods and drink enough water. You need half your weight in ounces of water per day. Then you can use specific herbs to clean out the colon and the parasites. There's one called Quick Colon Cleanse, Part 1 and 2. You can herbal fiber blend, flaxseed, psyllium husk. The Quick Colon Cleanse is by Dr. Christopher, and I like that one a lot. Part 1, I think, might be capsules. Part 2 might be a powder, or it comes in a powder, and it has charcoal in it. So that charcoal and that bentonite clay is good for this. You want to replenish the good bacteria and protect the flora balance. And there's herbs and vitamins and amino acids to detox the other organ systems. And there are a lot of articles. I'm writing a lot of articles on my blog, so you can go to the website and read some great articles on cleansing on the blog and get more information there as well. Detoxing the skin. I have found that collagen has just been amazing. So collagen is, it reduces the fine lines and wrinkles, it thickens and straightens your hair, it strengthens your nails. My hair is thicker, my nails are better. It increases the hip bone mineral density. It adds flexibility to your bones and promotes healthy joints. So a combination of Collagen Plus and another little tincture called muscle, ligament, cartilage has helped people with sprained ankles and broken bones. And I'm just loving the results I'm seeing again with this. But to detox the skin, one of the best things you can do is sweat. So, and then replenish those minerals. So whether it's a sauna, a steam room, or exercise, it cleanses your skin. You want to bathe in filtered water, and you want to use natural products on your skin. And all you want to do on your skin is anything you would eat. If you can't eat it, you really don't want to put it on your skin. So some good examples would be shea butter, jojoba oil, apricot oil, olive oil, sweet almond oil, and cocoa butter. And natural makeup's important. So if you're using makeup, there's a lot of heavy metals in makeup and a lot of chemicals. So switch to natural makeup. You'll be healthier and you'll feel better. There is a natural nail polish out there, a natural remover without toluene if you need to do your nails. Take vitamin D, liquid minerals. And you want to reduce those foods that clog the system, like a lot of red meat, dairy, refined foods, and foods with hydrogenated oils. So this is, looking at the skin from the inside out. Taking care of your inside skin will take care of your outside skin. Avoiding excess caffeine and alcohol, they drain the moisture from your body. Another great thing to do for your skin is dry skin brushing. So get one of those brushes and brush up from your fingertips towards your heart on the inside of your arm 3 times, and then start from your feet and do the inside of your leg towards your groin. So you're moving lymph that way and massaging with dry skin brushing. This is something new that we found. I just want to tell you about it. It's called Max and Jane. It's a nutrient. It's a skin nutrient. It's all organic, and they took all of these flowers and oils, and they grow them here in New Mexico and put them in this product. And I have to tell you, my everything, my face, the wrinkles around my eyes, and it's all natural. And I can't use a lot of skin products because I'm so sensitive. So when I was sick, I would just use plain olive oil on my skin or plain sunflower oil, and I would actually go to the refrigerator and get it out of the refrigerator. Here they've combined all of this, and I got to tell you, it feels great. Let's see. So I think I did put a lot of this stuff on sale, and so there is a code I'll give you guys. It's called Get 10 Off. And that is on the website. So if you need minerals or you need fish oil or probiotics and you need some of these things or the glutathione, go ahead and do that because you will love them. Okay, now what I'd like to do is make sure that you are all experiencing part of, and this again is only part of, what I do in the Beautiful Amazing You group, which is sending frequency weekly to help your DNA, to help your skin, to help with anti-aging, to help with positivity, to help your whole life, and to help you stay more balanced. And so these are the Solfeggio frequencies, and this is what they do. So each of those frequencies helps with these different areas. So I'm going to turn those on right now so that you can be a part of this. I also have all your names and emails on the tray, so we're going to experience so I want you to be holding in your mind what it is you want to shift. What is it that you want to change? What are you allowing? What do you want to accomplish in your life? What's different for you? What do you really want to have be different for you, even if it's just healthier skin? Whatever your goal is. Okay. Let me see. Let's turn the volume on. Okay, so those were the 6 solfeggio actually 8 frequencies. There's only 6 listed here. And the frequencies, what they do is they optimize your DNA, but they do all of these things as well. They help you liberate guilt and fear, undo situations and facilitate change. 528 is transformation and miracles. It's the DNA repair. 639 hertz is connecting relationships. 741 is awakening intuition. And 852 is returning to spiritual order. So that's just a graphic of the solfeggio frequencies. And many of you think that that's all I'm doing when I'm doing the group work, and it's not. I use 2 other machines at the same time. So I'm kind of obsessed with biofeedback and what I have found and the changes that I see in people over the years with different combinations of techniques and tools. And so I just love what we can do with this. There actually is connection to numbers and to the meaning of numbers here. If you add every single one of those frequencies up, they equal a 3, a 6, or a 9. So fascinating physics here as well. They also connect to different notes and different colors. So when I think about sound frequency, color frequency, you realize everything is energy. And the reason I send you this energy long distance is the same reason you can receive a text message today. So how do those words end up on your phone? It's because everything is energy. So again, this is more of the physics behind all of this. I'm not going to go into this right now. But you can receive these this one-of-a-kind program and these frequencies weekly. So I use 5 different biofeedback programs interchangeably when I'm working with these groups. And this is how it works. You actually receive weekly frequency. So it's like doing a session with not a personal session, it's a group session. And so what I found is it takes 90 days to change the brain. And so I do 90 days as optimal. And so it goes through April 8th. So we're starting next week. And what I figured out, and I mean, it's kind of really a no-brainer because I charge $165 for those 3 months, and then you can put in a family member for free. If you do the math, each session is $685. Now, a session with me personally is $125 an hour. So it's a no-brainer. Plus, when I see what's happening with people, I'm still in awe myself. And as I tell my group, in a lot of ways, this all began as an experiment. I really just wanted to see if I could affect change for more people. And it worked. And it keeps working better and better every year. And I'm in awe. Now, if you're out there and you're new and you're like, oh gosh, I wasn't planning on this, I really don't want to buy anything, but this is intriguing, and I'm going, well, I want to know more about it. I wonder what that would feel like. Will I feel it? Then try it for a month. So it's $65 for 30 days, and you're going to receive anti-aging, DNA, skin nutrition, positivity. I can almost promise you and guarantee that you're going to feel better and lighter, and the shift sometimes is subtle, but you'll definitely notice a difference. With the 3-month program, I'll send you my 7 Secrets to a Beautiful You ebook for free, and you can put a family member in for free, and you can go to the website and sign up or call us. And so the link is there. I'll send you guys the link as well. The website's www.abqnaturalhealthcenter.com. You can go to frequency groups, and it'll say Beautiful Amazing You group, and there is a sign up right there on the side of the page. It lists 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, and there's also an option to do a free session or a session with me and get the group at a very reduced rate too. I just want everyone to experience this. I'm going to say it again, I just want everyone to experience this because I'm still in awe at the differences that I see in people. These were just some of the testimonials that came through over the years. Somebody said to this woman, I look 10 years younger. What a compliment. Tuesday and Wednesday I was so tired, but today I actually don't feel like I need to go to bed at 8 p.m. Thank you. I really felt that integration. When I got up early on Thursday morning, I felt a complete clarity and balance and increased energy. Somebody said, I'll definitely be there. I wouldn't miss it. Incidentally, I feel wonderful. Someone else said, after you did my session on Wednesday night, I felt energetic and had more pep. It was dramatic. Before that, I was dragging and depressed. What an awesome feeling. I feel loose all over and lighter. So this woman said, this is better than sex. I can open my arms out in spirit where I was restricted before.
All right.
Yay, cool, huh? So I do want to invite you all to be a part of that. If you have questions about that, let me know. You can send me an email. It's louiseswartz@msn.com. And again, I just want everybody to be their healthiest, best self that they can be and have optimal health and feel good and run your body like a Ferrari. So thank you for being here, everyone, and I would love if you have questions or comments, or you've been in the group before and you want to say something, I would love to hear from you. I guess I should turn this off and go to the chat, huh? All right. Let's do that. And Jake, you're there, huh?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Great. Well, thank you, Louise. Wow, again, what a great way to reinforce this New Year's, let's call it the end of when most people after their New Year's resolution fall into this end of January, middle end of January, what a great reinforcement and support of information and some practical things people can take and implement from their own resources, but also some excellent resources they can reach out by contacting you and some of the, I call it the instruments, the products, all these other elements that help support pretty much what we have already inside of us, but we need food in this world. We need air. We need relationships. We need rest. We need good food and nutrition. And so all of these elements are critical. And so whether or not people reach out to Luis or find your resources locally, I just, it's a great reinforcement at this time of the year to kind of remind people to stay on track with these goals they've set. So yes, you can see me there. There's no chats right now, so no one's been asking any questions. If you have any, everybody, you can chat, and you can type in right here in your chat window. It should be on the sidebar of your webinar. And we'll wait a minute or so, and if all the chats are both public and private, so you can have private chats or public. And other than that, Luis, thank you so much for another wonderful douse of information.
Hey, you're welcome. It was fun. I kind of look at this as like having a party on air, you know?
Yeah.
You get to hang with everybody, and so I want to say hi to everybody out there. Thank you so much for attending today. It's been awesome. I recognize a lot of your names, so kind of just great to be a part of this big family here that we have online, which is just awesome. I love the fact that we can do this and all get together long distance like this. So, and I invite anybody new out there to please contact me if you have questions. Don't hesitate. I actually really like questions. I was a teacher for 29 years and then became like my special education kids that I taught. And so I love interaction. I love questions. I want you to be as healthy as you possibly can be and really start 2015 with gusto, with getting out there and doing your dream.
Wonderful. And yes, Karen, this event will be archived, and it's going to be located at Luis' website, abqnaturalhealthcenter.com, and it will be archived there, shortly. I mean, that can be done pretty quickly. And Luis, yeah. After the call, I'll chat with you exactly how you'd like this, replay archived. If you. Okay.
Can you still see my screen, Jake?
Yeah. Now we can see your screen.
So I'm just showing. I'm showing the website here, and so it says frequency groups, and you can go to the Beautiful Amazing You group right here. And obviously I don't have Adobe Flash on here, but there you can sign up here. So the sign up is here. There's more information here about the group. Again, if you have questions, please let me know, but it's all right here on the website. Someone also asked about downloading that free ebook, and it's right here, Brain Soul Balancing, Get Back Your Truth, Your Health, Your Life. This technique has been amazingly invaluable. There are some old webinars on this that I think I can probably pull up or find on how to do this too, so I can send you that as well, but just enter your name and email here, and you'll get the book.
Excellent. Well, I look forward, and Luis, why don't we do this? I'll place it, instead of register for the webinar, I can put it right on that page, the under frequency groups, and then I can also put it in the event, so that if people go and looking through your events, we'll just get that. I'll plug that in there too, and we'll discuss that later. So excellent.
Okay. Yay, well good. You know what, it was just awesome to hear from you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Pat. It's great to have you on today. Hello, hello, hello. You know, my secret goal still is to have a giant party with everybody. I mean, I want Pat to come from New Jersey and the Pat to come from Hawaii, and for us all to meet somewhere in the middle and have almost like a wedding. I don't know why. Okay, it's just because I love you all, and
yeah, like a collective wedding, or well, what's a wedding? A wedding is a connection of a so that's symbolism of what it is. And
it's a family.
Luis, what a wonderful what a wonderful body of information that we can digest and take on, literally and metaphorically. We can walk forth with it. It's really an honor to work with you. Thank you for all the hard work you put into these and the great information you share unconditionally. So I encourage everyone to share Luis's information and go and check it, reach out, ask questions, and share this on your social media and share your practice sharing your gratitude. Write Luis or write on your Facebook page, thank you, Luis, for the wonderful webinar. Those little things make such a profound difference, and it will empower us, of course, to keep showing up too. And that's important. So anyway, go to Luis's site, check it out, and anything else, Luis, before we sign off?
No, I just want to say, and I see Becky's on there too. Hi, Becky. So thank you all for being here today, and thank you again, Jake. Thank you for your amazing, your tech work, all the stuff that you do here to make this really happen. We couldn't have this happen without you. So I just love you so much, and thank you for all your work with this as well, and all the time you took with all those ads and everything that we've done with this. And just a big, big hug to you. So thanks, Jake, and say hi to your family for us as well.
I will do, Luis, and ditto right back at you.
Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Again, ask me, email me if you have questions. Do be a part of this group, though, because I'm ready to really rock it with this group. So if you're not in the group yet and you have questions about that, let me know. I do wanna get you in the group. So anyway, we will talk soon. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend and a great beginning to 2015. So stay tuned. We'll have some more great stuff coming up here soon.